Floyd, when 911 was created 49 years ago, there was no such thing as a cell phone or landline, just a home phone to make an emergency call.
Yeah, today those home phones are all but obsolete, and yet I discovered the only guarantee you have that an emergency dispatcher can find you is if you use one. Tonight, CBS 6 News investigates the flaw in the 911 system that could put you and your family's safety at risk.
It's a race against time.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Seconds count. Fire doubles in size every 30 seconds.
That's the reality the dispatchers at the Albany 911 call center confront every day. And they say their hands are tied by an antiquated system that makes finding their caller all but impossible.
Give me the address one more time. It's not working.
Just how bad is it? We wanted to find out, and what we learned was eye-opening.
As we were filming our interview, an actual 911 call came in, and the phone plotted that call right in the middle of the Hudson River. Does this happen often?
Yeah, it can happen often.
If you're in a city and it's heavily populated and you're popping up 400 feet away, that's a problem.
The problem is 911 was created for landlines, and today nearly 90% of Albany County's 911 calls come from cell phones.
Everybody you know is carrying a cell phone. How many people do you know still has a home phone?
But the carriers have not upgraded their systems to allow for that. Most of the center's calls come in with just a phone number. That forces the dispatcher to try to rebid the caller's location using the cell towers. And the results, as you are about to see, can be startling. The call center is located in Voorheesville. We decided to put 4 major carriers to the test to see where they would plot my calls.
I'm starting off with my Verizon phone. David here is going to take my call, and we'll be able to see on that screen what happens.
911, what's the address emergency?
These are 2 separate towns. They're actually right now. We're looking at the town of New Scotland is a yellow, and the town of Queens.
It took nearly 50 seconds to find us in Voorheesville.
And that phone right there is your phone indicating where you're standing in the building, and that would put you about 20 feet over that way.
Now I try a track phone, and T-Mobile picks up the signal.
That's actually, I recognize it, it's a farmer's field about a quarter mile away from here.
And then another track phone, another T-Mobile call, and look at this.
Actually about a half a mile north of our location.
That's right, same carrier, completely different outcome. Both wrong.
Now another big carrier, AT&T.
Map plotted right to our location.
Lastly, we try a cell phone with Sprint as the carrier. Right building, wrong corner.
Okay, so you're in the building, but you might still have to do a little searching to find us.
5 911 calls, 4 different carriers, only 1 exact location. And this happens every day.
911, what's the address emergency?
That would bankrupt any other delivery business.
It all comes down to this. You could have a better chance of getting a pepperoni pizza delivered to your door.
Pizza for Bishop.
Thanks. Than getting an emergency crew when your life's on the line.
That's because the same cell phone that doesn't yet have the technology to tell 911 exactly where you are, because of the need to ping off cell phone towers, is able, through apps and GPS, to get your pizza order.
Because they're getting your X and Y coordinate off your phone. They know the exact place you're standing.
How accurate is this system?
100%.
Apple says the carriers have a responsibility and can afford the upgrade.
Until the phone carriers upgrade their systems, it's not going to happen. It's going to come down to Congress passing another mandate, making them expedite this and change this.
Congress has passed a law requiring carriers to be able to deliver 40% of their location data by the end of this year and 80% by 2018. But with Albany County alone handling 1 million calls a year, that still leaves a lot of room for error. Sometime within the next year or so, the county will complete a massive upgrade that's going to allow anyone with an emergency to text their 911 call. The system will then ask permission to access your location, and once granted, they will know exactly where you are. But it only works if you're able to text. Otherwise, it's like the line from Dirty Harry. You have to ask yourself one question: do I feel lucky?
ADL has been providing anti-bias and anti-bullying training in the Capital Region for